Hi everybody, this is Justina with JustynaTHandMade. In today's video, I want to share with you a spin on the original pattern, which is the Scarlet Sling Bag. The original pattern is written to be made out of regular vinyl, and it's obviously fully lined inside, and it's a medium-sized bag. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a smaller version, which is 85% scale to the original pattern, so you can see the difference. And this one is made out of jelly vinyl and a printed clear vinyl. It also doesn't require any lining inside, so it's a very quick project. And I think this jelly vinyl version, it's a great option for vacation, to take it with you to the beach or to the pool, because you don't have to worry about it getting wet or sandy, because the jelly vinyl can just be wiped or rinsed, and your bag is good as new. If you already have the pattern for the original Scarlet Sling Bag, you don't need to purchase any additional patterns. All you need to do is to print the printable templates at a 85% scale. This way I measure it, so when you print it out at the 85% scale, the pattern template for the main panels will fit perfectly on a 12-inch roll of jelly vinyl. The other change I made to the jelly vinyl version is to omit the packet, the smaller packet on the back. Since we are not lining this project, I wanted to avoid any elements that would require lining. Like I said, if you already have the pattern, you are good to go. I'm gonna walk you through how to adjust the zipper sizes and the webbing size to be able to create the 85% size Scarlet Sling Bag. If you like the sling bag bigger, you can print the templates at the original size and just follow the instructions on how to put this jelly vinyl version of the bag together. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for taking the chance to watch one of my videos, and if you do enjoy it, please make sure to subscribe. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I hope you enjoy each of the videos I create for you guys. If you have any questions about this video and this project, please feel free to leave a comment, or you can contact me directly through the Facebook or Etsy, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. The link to my Facebook group is in the description box below. If you would like to follow me on Instagram for updates, the link is also available below, to make sure that you have easy access to the pattern. If you didn't already purchase a copy, I will drop the link in the description below as well. And now, if you want to see how this cute jelly vinyl version of the Scarlet Sling Bag comes together, please keep watching. To get us started, we're gonna prep our pattern pieces. So I printed my pattern templates at 85% scale, so everything is scaled down to 85%. As you can see, I also cut only the main zipper opening in the back panel. So back panel has only one opening cut, as this is a see-through version, so I'm not gonna include the smaller packet. And here I have my front of the bag cut. I also cut my little front packet, which is again 85% in scale. Then I cut my zippers smaller, obviously, than the initial pattern, and I cut them to make sure that I have about 1/2 inch space on each side of my pocket. And with the larger zipper, I just made sure that it's about 1/2 inch longer than the zipper opening. And here I have my top connector and my side connector for my strap. I also gonna be using a back tag. I'm gonna be attaching it with rivets, so I'm gonna be using some rivets. For my back strap, I'm gonna be using this 1 inch webbing tape. And for my handle, I'm gonna be using this 1/2 inch webbing tape because we had to scale down the top connector. So we wanna make sure that we have enough space for our strap and for the handle. So I recommend using a smaller size webbing tape or just creating a strap that is about 1/2 inch in width. So now that we have all our elements prepped and ready, we're gonna start with our front panel. So I'm gonna take my front main panel and I'm gonna be working on my pocket. So first I'm gonna take my shorter zipper and my zipper tabs, and I'm gonna wrap the ends of the zipper in my zipper tabs that are cut out of the jelly vinyl. And first make sure your zipper pull is on, which mine is. This is a beautiful zipper pull from Lauren at Mormino. This is the rose number 5 zipper pull. So now that I have my zipper prepped, I'm gonna take this to the machine and I'm gonna sew along those 2 edges with the 1/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length to create the ends of my zipper. Now that I have my zipper tab sewn in, I'm gonna take my pocket, and you wanna make sure it's in this position, and you're gonna place your zipper along the straight edge, making sure it's centered, and secure it with clips. As you can see, I have already also trimmed my pocket with my scallop pinking shears. This is optional, so if you don't have pinking shears or you don't like the look, you can just leave a nice straight edge. But if you do, just make sure you're gonna trim the rounded edge of your vinyl with pinking shears. So now that I have my zipper attached to my panel, and once again you're gonna make sure that your zipper pull when closed, it's by the right corner. So when you have your zipper attached to your front accent pocket panel, you're gonna take it to the machine and you're gonna sew the zipper tape on with the 1/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length, and make sure to backstitch well on the beginning and on the end of your seam. Now that the zipper tape is sewn into the top edge of our pocket, we're gonna fold the zipper tape. So you want to fold it on itself. You can use clips on the sides. And when you have your zipper prepped like this, you're gonna take your project back to the machine and you're gonna top stitch along the seam on the zipper tape side with the 1/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. You're gonna back stitch on the beginning and on the end of your seam. So you wanna make sure that your project from the back look like that. So when you're gonna be top stitching, you're gonna catch the fabric of the packet, and you're gonna be sewing on the zipper tape fabric. So take it to the machine and top stitch the zipper on. Now that your zipper tape is top stitched, we're gonna take our main front panel and we're gonna center the packet on our panel. You can use some double-sided tape to help us with the sewing on of our zipper onto the main panel. So you can refer to the marks on the pattern, or you can just make sure your packet looks centered on your panel. So you want to fold the zipper over in a final position and then center your packet on. When you have your zipper secured at the front panel, you can again make sure that the final position of the packet gonna look nice and centered. And when you're happy with the placement, now you're gonna take the project to the machine and you're gonna sew the zipper on with the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. And remember to backstitch on the beginning and on the end of the seam. Now that your zipper is sewn into your panel, you're gonna fold the zipper over, making sure your zipper is in the top position. You're gonna now secure the packet to the front panel. So you can use some washi tape. I'm gonna use some packing tape to just help me hold the packet in place while I'm sewing it on. So you want to make sure your zipper is folded up, and you're gonna place your packet, giving it a little space inside. Now that I have my packet panel secured to my main front panel, I'm gonna take my project to the machine and I'm gonna sew along the curved edge of the packet with the 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. I recommend using a zipper foot so you can get really close to sew in the top of your packet, and so this way you're gonna be able to get really close to the zipper tab, making sure you're sewing the packet on up to the top edge. Now that the front packet is attached to our front panel, we're gonna now work on our connectors. So you're gonna take the piece that it's cut for the side connector, the two pieces you cut for the top connector, the webbing tape cut for the handle, and our webbing tape cut for our strap. Also, you would need a square ring. You can use a D-ring, either one would work. And also we're gonna need a small piece of webbing for our side connector. So first we're gonna take our square ring, thread it onto our short piece of 1-inch webbing, and prep our side connector. So you want to make sure that you are folding your material right sides together, and that your webbing is about 1/2 inch inside your fabric, and secure that with a clip. Now you're gonna take your top connector pieces, making sure you have your fabric right side up and position in this way. You're gonna take the main webbing for the main strap, and you're gonna center it along the straight edge of the top connector, making sure you have at least 1 inch overhang. And I'm gonna secure the placement on the bottom. Then I'm gonna take my smaller webbing tape that I cut for the handle, and I'm gonna place it on each side of my main webbing. Make sure it's not twisted, and make sure that the distance is equal and the everything is nicely centered. And now when you have your top connector prepped like this and your side connector prepped like this, you're gonna take both to the machine and you're gonna base the webbing of the top connector onto your top connector panel, and you're gonna sew the side connector along the edge where you have the webbing inserted with the 3/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. And you're gonna baste the webbing onto the top edge of your top connector, making sure if you are using something that has a right or wrong side, the panel is right side up while you are basting your webbing on. Now that the side connector is sewn in, we're gonna turn it right side out. And now that our tape is based to our top connector, we're gonna now sew the top connector panels together. So you're gonna place the second panel of the top connector right sides together with the one that has the webbing sewed in. When you have the panel clipped, you're gonna take it to the machine and you're gonna sew along those 3 edges with the 3/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length, and back stitch on the beginning and on the end of your seam. Now that the top panel is sewn, we're gonna cut those little corners. And turn the panel right side out. And when both panels are ready, you can take it to the machine and you can top stitch along those two edges. I don't think my machine will handle it, so I'm fine with leaving it without the top stitching, but that's something you might want to consider. If you are skipping the top stitching like I am, we now gonna attach our connectors to our front panel. So you're gonna take your front panel, making sure it's the right side up, and you're gonna attach the top connector along the edge about 3/8 of an inch away from the corner. You can actually snip the edges and try to spread the fabric so it aligns with the curve of the edge. And take the side connector, and you want to make sure that your connector is facing up. You can trim the little corner as well. And you're gonna attach it 3/8 of an inch up from the bottom corner. And when you have your panel prepped like this, you're gonna take it to the machine and you're gonna base stitch the top and the side connector onto your front panel. Now that I have my connectors based to my front panel, I'm gonna attach my rivets. So first I'm gonna place my back tack, and then I'm gonna attach a rivet onto my side connector. Now my front panel is completed. Now I'm gonna work on the back panel. So you're gonna take your back panel, you want to make sure you have it the right side up. So this is going to be the inside of our bag, so we want to make sure that the zipper tape will be attached inside of our opening. So you just, because the fabric is, you can't tell the difference from the right or the wrong side, so you just want to make sure you're not gonna sew the zipper on to the wrong side of your panel. So again, make sure that this is the inside of our bag, because those two will go wrong sides together. So now we're gonna attach our zipper tape inside of our zipper opening. I'm gonna use some double-sided tape. And when you are happy with the placement of the zipper, now you're gonna take the project to the machine and you're gonna top stitch the zipper on all around the opening with the 1/8 inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. Now that we have both panels ready, now we're gonna sew them both together. So if your zipper is a little long and you want to trim it to make sure it's not gonna get into the seam, you can do it. And now you're gonna place both panels right sides together and clip all around. And when you have the panels clipped together, you're gonna take your project to the machine and you're gonna sew all around your project with the 3/8 inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. After that, we're gonna come back and trim our seam allowance to give the inside a nice neat look. So I sewed the project all around. Now I'm gonna trim my seam allowances. I'm gonna trim them with the Scarlet pinking shears. You can use regular pinking shears. I don't want the seam allowances to be spiky inside. You can just trim them with straight scissors just to make them a little smaller, so when we turn the project right side out, we will have the nice curve shape. And now I'm gonna turn my project right side out. Now that you have your project right side out, as you've seen on the video, I rolled my seams in my fingers to make sure I get the nice rounded shape of my bag, and I secure the placement of the seam with clips. You can leave your project for about half an hour like this. You may get some indents in your jelly vinyl from the clips, but you can remove it easily with applying some heat. What I do, I set my iron for the cotton setting, and I use double layer of a pressing cloth, and I just lightly press around the seam, and it seems like the jelly vinyl takes the heat without any damages. So this way you can also set the seam in place and remove any indents or any wrinkles of your on your project. We'll let the project sit like this for about half an hour, and then we'll come back to finish up our strap. Now that my final seam is now set and it's still sustained a nice rounded shape, now we're gonna move on to our last step, which is completing the strap. So first you want to make sure that the strap is on the back side of your handle, because you want to be able to grab the handle while the strap is attached. You're gonna make sure the strap is not twisted, and then you're gonna insert your sliding adjuster onto your tape. Then you're gonna keep making sure that your tape is not twisted. You're gonna thread it through your square ring, bring it back up to the adjuster. And what I like to do, I like to come in from the top side, so my raw edge of the webbing tape will be hidden. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thread the open edge under my middle bar of the adjuster. It's easier if you pull some tape and then pull the end. It will pull the loose end of the tape through. And now make sure your strap is the right way up and that the slider is working. And now you can take it to the machine and you can sew the tape together to hold it over the middle part of the adjuster, or you can use rivets. I'm gonna attach my webbing with rivets. And my bag is now completed. Our smaller version of the Scarlet Sling Bag is now done. I hope you enjoy this jelly and clear vinyl version. I think it's a great little bag to take with you to the beach or to the pool, and then you don't have to worry about the bag getting wet or sandy, because it could be just wiped or rinsed. And it has a nice size pocket on the front and plenty of space for your items in the main compartment. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you're gonna try making this bag. If you do, please make sure to tag me on social media or post your creation in the Facebook group. Links to the Facebook group and to the Instagram are in the description below. If you don't have the pattern just yet, you can purchase a copy from my Etsy store. The link is in the description below as well. And if you already have a copy, all you need to do is just print the pattern templates at 85% scale and create yourself a cute, handy bag to take with you on your vacation. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please make sure to give the video a like, and if you are not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Till the next time.